Oh, this is a good read. The other ironic thing about CalPERS, the largest pension fund in the US, is that they are actually part of the executive branch of the state of California. It's run by the state of California and currently massively underfunded. Elon would pay $6.33 billion in taxes to the state of California if he exercised his 2018 stock options with the current market price of $180 a share. So not only are they potentially tanking the value of their billion-dollar stake in Tesla because Elon may spend less time at Tesla or in the worst case leave Tesla, they are also depriving the state of California of tax revenue that could be used to fix the underfunded pension. They are willing to own themselves and lose $6.33 billion just to try and revoke Musk's compensation. Currently, California faces a $68 billion budget deficit. Elon responded to this. They are doing this for social reasons at the expense of the state and their constituents. I think this makes sense. Just kind of shows you that Elon was right to ask for enough shares in Tesla so that he could deal with AI in the company. Imagine if Tesla discovered AGI and you were dependent on this pension fund to vote what to do with it. In the meantime, Tesla reassures the judge that move to Texas won't affect Elon's compensation case. And interestingly, Tesla was actually successful in reassuring the judge. In a new letter, Chancellor Kathleen McCormick says that Tesla's lawyers reassured her that the company won't use its new shareholder vote on the compensation and incorporation move to Texas to circumvent the case. However, the lawyers for the plaintiffs filed to accelerate the case, which is set for a hearing on July 8th, to address the ridiculously high $6 billion in legal fees that they are asking for. They were concerned that Tesla planned to use the votes on the incorporation move to Texas and the compensation package to avoid the judge's decision in Delaware, which is basically the narrative that many Tesla shareholder influencers are pushing. So Fred commented, it is increasingly starting to look like these votes are going to do very little. I disagree with that. On one hand, we have all these Elon fans, which Elon himself promotes, saying that all we shareholders need to do is vote for his compensation package again and move to Texas and all will be well. On the other hand, Tesla's own lawyers are telling the judge that this is rank speculation and they will respect the court's jurisdiction. I say it is one thing to say, oh, the shareholders didn't know what they voted for back in 2018, and right now we will find out what the shareholders really think after the judge supposedly exposed Elon Musk. And if the shareholders vote in favor of Elon's compensation package, it just means that the judge is doing exactly the opposite of what the shareholders want to happen. Supposedly, the judge is protecting the shareholders, but if the shareholders say, we don't need your protection is hurting us right now, not back in 2018, right now in 2024, then she can no longer use the arguments out in the open in the public and say, oh, I'm protecting the shareholders. No, then she has to say, well, what the judge is likely hoping for is that the shareholder vote fails. And then she will say, I told you so. But if the shareholder vote approves Elon's compensation package, then we will be able to say, well, we told you, judge. We knew exactly what we were voting for in 2018. We do not need these extra disclosures. We knew exactly what we were getting ourselves into. Keeping in mind that back then, Tesla's institutional ownership, institutions holding Tesla stock, was much higher than today. It was well over 50%. I think it was closer to 70%, over 70%. And of course, institutions see through legal games. Stephen Mark Ryan is doing an interesting poll. If you lost money gambling on Tesla stock options, will voting against ratification of Elon Musk's fairly earned 2018 compensation cure the shame and embarrassment you feel for vaporizing your money in the stocks casino? Another institution in Norway now actually allows voting for Elon's compensation package. If you haven't voted yet, vote. And if you have voted already, but you know other Tesla shareholders, check if they voted. Tell them to vote. And if they haven't yet, hold their hand and make sure that they vote. Nvidia overtook Tesla to become the #1 foreign stock held by Koreans. I believe Tesla holders who are patient will be rewarded greatly later.